It's the Machine of Nonsense with a very special Lale Lule hello to you and yours this holiday season. Yeah, it's the holiday season. We didn't think it would be the holiday season when we started this disc dive into Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty. But, you know, the Patriots. I'm your host, Eric, joined as always by Kayla.
Hello.
And Kayla's in her Michael Jordan flu game era right now, so, you know, have grace.
I'm present.
Funny business.
She can pull it off.
She could pull it off. I'm joined as well by Michael Nelson.
Hello.
Not in his flu every day is a flu game for him. Tomas Ortega.
They've ran out of podcasts in hell, Eric.
It's good. It's good. And eventually we will be joined by the D-Dog himself, Demetrius. Yeah, I saved that one for him. We've got a big show on this one. We are This is part 3 of our disc dive into Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty. This is technically the biggest portion of the game. If you remember, we left off with the death of Fat Man. And
boy, howdy.
I was stressing when you know, kind of coming up with how long this... we don't want to record a 3-hour episode or a 4-hour episode. There are time limits to these things. So I had to come up with a plan. And I came up with the S4 plan. I'm calling it. It's the short
one extra S.
scientific snake synopsis. The S4 plan. Whoa. Short scientific. Hey, there he is. He's not gonna miss the skit, guys.
He's here. Right? D, I miss you.
Has jumped in to the party. D, I was just discussing how I've come up with a plan to get this episode rolling and keep us on our nice time limit here. My plan's called the S4 plan. It's the short scientific snake synopsis. So I'm going to roll through that right now, okay?
I believe in you.
Thank you so much. Okay, here it is. Ninjas are not enemies or friends. Ames' heart beats for you. The big shell is a big sham. Otacon is one fly guy. Semtex, less than sniper rifles. Harrier jet makes Stinger missiles best bet. The president is weird. The president wants to be a patriot. The president is dead. Emmerich escort emergency, a.k.a. everyone loves a water level. Oh, look, Vamp can die. Oh, wait, Vamp can't die? Oh, boy, Emma definitely can die.
Oh, no.
Vamp can die, and I'm sure of it this time. Anyway, remember Y2K? Yeah, it's kind of like that. Plisken is Snake. Snake and Olga are friends. Olga's a cyber ninja mommy. Snake betrays Raiden. Raiden was a child soldier. We are living in a solid Snake simulation. Naked cartwheels and arsenal gear. Rose is a spy. The Colonel is an AI. Snake is actually your guy. Shooting, stabbing, surrounded. Fortune is magic. Raise all day. Olga's weakness is bullets to the head. I take that back. Fortune is actually not magic. We are living in a solid Snake simulation. Fortune kinda is magic? Liquid! Are the Patriots the good guys? Solidus sword swinging. Wall Street, more like Fall Street. Snake is a motivational speaker. And Raiden will definitely live happily ever after with Rose and their baby. I'm sure of it.
We didn't start the fire. It's always burning.
Did I miss anything?
Yeah, that was
Guys?
awesome. That was great. I loved it.
I woke
We
up
gotta
at
get the
5
Oh, yeah.
a.m. No, I woke up at about 4 a.m. inspired, everyone.
Bullet points.
He woke up
Hell yeah.
at 4 a.m. with the Lalelu in his ear, sweating, eyes bloodshot, inspiration directly into his brain, fed by ChatGPT.
I'm sweaty.
It was, yeah.
I woke up to the codex sound, and I walk out to the living room, and he's not even sitting down. He's standing up watching the YouTube.
Hell yeah.
He's got his fucking dry erase board set up.
Hand on his heart.
Yep.
Maybe the Patriots were right. Wait, hold on.
So did I miss anything?
What is the boss's vision?
That synopsis was absolutely poetry. Submit it to all your local poetry magazines.
Yep.
It was beautiful. I would tear up if I didn't have so much eye crust.
That's it. That's the podcast right there. You've just summed it all up. We're done.
Hanging in the federal hall. Yeah.
Oh,
All right, everybody keep Eric on a watch list for the next couple days.
with how much trouble we've had getting this disc dive completed, I think I am on several watch lists at this point.
Could be.
Yeah,
You're right.
I feel really bad for someone who like maybe watched like half of our part 1 disc dive and was like, oh, I'll wait for 2 and then for 3 and then
I'll wait for the whole thing.
and they waited a long time.
Boy, howdy.
If you're waiting, huh?
Yo, my Zambian listeners, they were trying to stop us. Okay, we persevered. We came out on the other side victorious with all of our awkward sword swinging at a guy who could explode himself and really just move way faster than you should be able to in this game.
Yeah, what's that suit doing, bro?
It pumps those muscles. I love that.
Yeah. Like the
I believe they do address that in future installments, and it's simply nanomachines, son.
everything's nano machines. All right. But
This is the one thing that's nanomachines. Right. I think Kayla called him Discount Doc Ock this morning.
Yeah.
Which was pretty good.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. He is definitely that.
yo, and that's the suit that keeps on giving, because when you think he's showing you everything that it does, he just pulling out even weirder shit with it.
Don't forget, it's property of the U.S. Army, though.
Yeah,
It is. It is.
don't forget. You will be reminded again.
Technically, George Sears is property of the U.S. military.
It's kind of wild. We get a lot of U.S. Army references on the suit. We get Navy references, and we get Marine references. The like Coast Guard and the National Guard are really getting, the short shrift on this.
And the Air Force is obviously not mentioned ever because they are an information network.
What?
Well, there is a Harrier, right? Is that part of the Air Force, or is that also
No.
Okay, well, shows how much I know. Now it's time for the S5 plan, I guess.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay.
So, Mike,
So,
this is like,
are we going to run down it?
Yeah, I think so. I was gonna ask Mike that this is
Hey, bro.
one of your favorite games of all time. You mentioned playing through it about 20 different times. This most recent playthrough and doing the disc dive and everything else, has it kept up in your mind? Has it held up? Has this enhanced your love for this game, or is it just pure trash now?
Oh, no. I think this game is still one of the top in the series. I don't know if it's still my favorite.
3.
But I definitely have a different appreciation for it now than I did as a youth. I really just dug the gameplay, the look of the game, just everything else. And then once it got to a certain point, I couldn't even like wrap my head around what was going on back then. So playing it now, some of the other stuff that I liked has been diminished from back then. But then the stuff that I really couldn't digest, I'm like, wow, this is, man, maybe I'm wrong about Kojima these days. Like, I don't know. Talk about watch list. You'd think he's on a whiteboard, like in every nation somewhere. Like, how does this guy know what is going on?
Who's talking to him? No one talked to Hideo Kojima.
Yeah, I think the fact that he like has continued to make games and games that are like politically-ish motivated, at least like post Metal Gear, let's say, probably means that the Patriots don't exist, because like otherwise he'd be dead at this point, right? Like
or they like to skirt the razor. They like to keep a guy like this out there so it seems like fringe thinking, so it doesn't get too many people.
Tomas, you're speaking too much. Tomas, stop.
This is being
that guy just controlled fire.
He just makes video games. What are you talking about?
And his name was, he somehow got involved with the assassination of that like prime minister.
Yeah.
Or whatever. So how do you get involved in that unless your name's been kind of, I don't know, hanging around? I don't know.
Kojima confirms Patriot.
So weird.
There's an eerie, confident energy that comes out of Kojima when he's like releasing games. Like, he absolutely cannot be touched. And I'm just, not that I'm endorsing Tomas's idea or anything. I'm definitely not associated with that sort of fringe thinking. That's for sure. But what if?
What if?
Isn't it wild how, right now in our modern society, there's kind of a direct line between the assassination of a former Japanese prime minister, Conan O'Brien, and Jeff Keighley. Isn't that interesting?
All in this together.
Very interesting.
This is our S3 simulation,
We've been watching a lot of X-Files. I also feel like this has been going on for a long time.
It's such a companion piece. It's in the weirdest way to this game and the X-Files, because exactly what you were just talking about, Tomas, about how like that razor's edge of like, put someone out there who's just fringe enough that like no one will believe them. That's basically the subplot of like Mulder and the X-Files and everything else. Like, he's now completely, spoilers for the X-Files, guys, for like season 5 of the X-Files. But now Mulder is like going back on all of his fringe theories of like aliens and everything else. And it feels very in line with like Solidus against the Patriots and everything else, double agents and all that.
Triple agents.
Oh yeah.
The government controls it all.
Yeah. So we should maybe.
Sergey was my best friend.
Yeah, don't ever become Ocelot's friend, companion,
ever.
Associate.
So I do want to say one thing, and I want to just get the temperature on this as someone who's also played this game way too much. Because at what point for you guys did muscle memory take over? And you just knew which cutscenes were like, this is just absolute fluff. I don't need any of this. And when did you start going like, I remember all of this cutscene. I don't need it. That's what I'm saying. Not that cutscenes are skippable. Like, when did your brain start going like, wait a minute, I remember like this scene word for word.
Because it hit you so hard because of all the times you played it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. I played through like half of the game, like way back when we said that we were gonna do this like right after the first one. and then my save file got corrupted.
Damn.
So I started playing again, and I got back to the jet fight, and then I got to the water section. I was like, I think I'm just gonna watch a video for the rest of this. So, like, my next 3 workouts were just listening to government conspiracies.
Okay. Well,
I mean, honestly, it's the Arsenal stuff. Like when everything starts flipping, because that was my original. Like I said, I wasn't super into the story as a kid. All of those, 20-something playthroughs or whatever I did were skipping all those cuts. Yeah, I was beating this game like in a half.
Running it.
Yeah, this was like my Turtles in Time. I would come home from school, beat Metal Gear Solid 2, and then move on with my.
That was your workout.
Yeah, but that stuff, like, all the just weird calls that Colonel gives you, I remembered all of.
Fish and mailed.
That was so. I mean, I've said it a million times. Kojima makes horrifying games. That was like, I remember the first time playing that. It was definitely like, up in my room, completely like, okay, you're naked Raiden, right? So that's already upsetting. You're like stripped of all your all your stuff. So it's like a tough.
You say naked Snake.
Yeah, and you're getting these wild calls, telling you to like turn off the console and stuff like that.
Operation Invade N131.
Yeah, your screen's freaking out. Like it's so intense. Like, it was very upsetting the first time
I
playing
went to
through
the supermarket the other day.
He says something about like the flap-jawed insect something, give me scissors something. It's like, it's complete nonsense, but it's all really scary nonsense. It's like David Lynch nonsense.
I give you that David Lynch music video.
Yeah. It's like you're in a 9 Inch Nails music video or something, like, all of a sudden. So yeah, that's like the end of the game, Arsenal Gear beat. But what are some big highlights that stand out or earlier in the game? We did skip over kind of the whole thing, but I'll start and just say that, like, I really dig the whole section where you have to don the uniform of the Russian soldiers. You got to get the AK and find Ames' heartbeat and all that. That's basically where we started. Just the neural, like putting the guard's face on the thing to act.
You knew what I was saying.
Yeah.
I didn't even say it. You knew what's up.
It's just a cool section. It's only 20 minutes. Mike could probably do it in 5, but right away, giving you new weapons. You've already gotten so many more weapons by that section than you had in the first game.
Wait, really?
Are
you sure?
I still only used like 2 of them.
Eric, did you find the M9?
It eventually, yes, yeah. We did go back. We went back specifically and went. It took us a while though. We did go back and get it
after the first shell sank.
And honestly, during our playthrough, we really only used it as a backup. Like, if we were out of bullets, otherwise.
You were killing people?
Oh, we were only killing people. We were an all death run on this one.
My man didn't want one dog tag.
We got like 1 dog tag for Stillman.
I work 40 hours a week. I don't got time for dog tags. But still,
you didn't get Kojima's dog tag?
How do you get Kojima's?
Hey, Tomas, I work 50 hours a week. I got them dog tags. Get on my level, dude. Skill issue.
And that's why I called him. I called him D-Dog. He wasn't here when I did, but
he's D-Dog.
D-Dog tag.
D-Dog tag.
Skipping to the end of the game again. When you're in that tunnel with Snake and he gives you all your stuff back, you can knock him out and get his dog tag. And it's a different, so it's like on very easy, I think you get like Meryl's dog tag. On normal, you get, I think you get Snake's dog tag. On European Extreme, I think that's how you get Kojima's.
Fucking hell.
European Extreme.
It's really hard.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
So
I never
in order
got
to
past
platinum
there.
or whatever, you have to play every like difficulty.
Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty much. Yeah.
You get every dog tag, yes. Something I've never
also
my
done
life
that.
will never be complete.
That's insane.
But that is a cool section. Just
That's
another
fun.
one of those, man, let's make a cool little tech piece thing, with this microphone. You use
That
it
was
like
fun.
4 times. Like just in
but
this
boy, do you
section.
use it.
Yeah.
You got the Ocelot and Solidus like conversation,
Yeah, where you have to follow them in the hallway.
That's kind of cool. You got to find, the little heart dealy on Ames.
I think
You
that
can use
part's
it for a
really
lot of
cool.
other shit too. Like you can hear the Johnny Sasaki talk like during the sniper thing with Emma. Like if she gets caught by him while she's crossing the thing, you can use it to hear them talk to each other.
What? Oh, that's nuts.
I was dead-eyed, just there was no no time for conversation.
Yeah. Oh, so you shot Emma a bunch as well.
Certainly not.
How do you feel about them claymores the first time around?
Are you guys?
When I was younger, I'd skip into that section. I thought if you did that section really well, Emma would live.
No.
And that was never the case.
Yeah, that's the real European Extreme.
I just have a very so serious question. As an older enjoyer now, do you feel like that the chemistry between Otacon and Emma non-existent versus Raiden and Emma immediately hitting it off, and then them forcing us to give a shit about Rose? I
don't like it.
I'm a huge hater. I'm a huge hater of Rose.
Hater.
Yeah, Rose is the worst.
Dude.
I think this series always tries to shoehorn in like a romance or something, and it's always the weakest part.
Super weak.
Like that,
so bad, right?
Emotion. Kojima, I don't think has ever figured out how to really do love and sadness.
He's too busy destabilizing countries.
So I think. So I'll push back a little. The love story is pretty bad. It's kind of cringy, but I think for me at least, I think he did sadness all right. I did find myself. We watched the YouTube video of some of these cutscenes here, and the ones where like Otacon and Emma are both talking about like just the like longing for family and the loss of family and stuff like that. And then like Otacon losing his sister and everything else. That at least hit me. I felt like not on a romantic level or anything like that, but more so on the familial level. So I thought that was affecting at least.
Okay. I just really.
Yeah, that's actually where it hit me when he's walking away with the bird and the bird is saying like, Hal, I missed you. That kind of hit me this morning. I don't know.
It hit Otacon too. He's like, fuck, man.
Yeah, a lot of his like actual falling to the ground and stuff is kind of bad.
Yeah, he always puts the extra 5 cherries on top of Kojima, and it's just too much.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you, Mike. I love all the cherries. I like when he adds the cherries because. Especially back then when like the technology wasn't good enough for the facial expressions, him adding the cherries helped a lot.
You need to ham it up a bit.
Yeah.
It's just in Demetrius's Team Cherry. Where is Hollow Knight 2? Where is it? Where's Silk?
Oh.
It's totally inappropriate the way that Raiden talks to Emma. it is uncalled
we did
for.
the math
They
on their
are
ages,
awkward and weird.
It wasn't ideal.
I hate
let's
it.
say.
He's like 30 years old. She's maybe 18.
He's like
Do not call an
35
18-year-old
plus.
cute that you are rescuing from your coworker's sister. Absolutely not, bro.
Good.
No.
Great. So glad we're on the same page. I hated that. I hated the incest thing. I just hated all of it. It was bad.
In defense of my boy Raiden, the snake simulation gives you more than just his combat ability. It's like his
just fucking cringe. Like, hey guys, I just got shot by a tank,
Nice
but I'm gonna
butt.
try to riz you up in a bathroom.
It's true.
Yeah.
Let's just say Raiden's not, not having a great day, not having a great life. Honestly,
He's not.
So
I mean,
He's not having a life. Yeah.
Honestly,
If I were Rose, that would be the time I'd be calling him.
honestly, I
Sup,
love
bitch?
simulation too.
I love the call. Like every time we get sort of like Raiden POV, he's literally just like, "This is the worst day. Why would you send me here?"
He's having the worst first day of his life.
Like Raiden's
crap.
Raiden's responses to stuff is so very real. Even though, wait a minute, later on you're a child soldier and you've been trained for this stuff. Why are you acting like such a human to all these situations?
Well, like Raiden's supposed to be us, like the idea that
I wasn't a child soldier, Tomas. So I don't know.
Before all of that, the brainwashing and all the stuff, like he's our vehicle. Like the fact that like the normal response to a lot of this shit is like, what the fuck? It's like I think a normal person would be like, what? In 2000 whatever, when this game came out, and you start talking to the fucking president in Ames, and they start talking about the Patriots and the lolly lule low, and they're like, "Do you believe the government actually works for you?" Like, you start getting those conversations when you're like fucking 14. You're like, "What?"
Comedy highlight for me, also super creepy cringe, was the president going, "You're a man?"
Yeah, what? Okay,
Yeah.
what was that?
What is
What was that, guys?
not the first time, nor will it be the last time in an MGS game. The crotch grab. Like,
Yeah, okay. I forgot it coming into this one, and I have forgotten it in other ones. So that's great. That more's to come.
Yeah, well, I mean, okay, so blow the veil back. Like the Patriots or whatever, this AI, stuck in a constant loop of just doing the same shit over and over again. So, I mean, it's kind of the crux of this whole series.
But it makes so much more sense now to me because you could think like, Kojima's a hack. He's doing the same game over. Like he's literally made the same 3 games in a row at this point with Metal Gear 2, Metal Gear Solid, and Metal Gear Solid 2. And hats off to him, man. I don't know if it's like the George Lucas, did he have this all really figured out at the beginning? But
He might have.
S3, man. It's S3, bro.
S3, bro. No,
Like,
it's like that's why like the MGS5 like fucking jump the shark moment. Like, people are like, "Oh, that's bullshit," and I'm like, I don't know, man. It's Kojima we're talking about here. You fight Big Boss twice.
Yeah.
All the time.
Oh, good stuff.
In Kojima, we trust.
Yeah, I definitely.
Where should we move on to next? This is kind of we're kind of.
No, I think
Okay.
I think seeing as we've done the beginning and we've done the end, we should probably do the third quarter, maybe. Yeah, let's do.
All right, so
I was gonna say I resumed blowing myself up, guys. Just in case you were wondering, I blew up the Semtex every C4. I died every time that there was any. I kept the tradition alive of just forgetting that you gotta get all of them first before
Did you forget the one behind you?
Yeah. Every time. It was like, Tomas, I died like 4 or 5 times, very frustrated. Like, there's got to be one I'm missing. And then I go, oh, yeah, there's the one right fucking behind me.
I forgot in that same scene, I forgot to get the sniper rifle. So I hit all of them, because you can shoot all of them with your pistol, aside from the one behind the flag. Like, it just couldn't get me. I couldn't get the.
Right?
What's up?
You couldn't get far enough.
I think you could shoot the flag off.
We were shooting the flag.
Yeah,
we shot it a lot.
Yeah, I shot the shit out of it with the pistol. It just didn't work, and then I was like, "Oh, that's right." They even mentioned, I think, previous to that, like, "Yeah, you should probably go get the sniper rifle or something."
They do,
and just over the head, and I'm like, I don't know what's the deal here. So I think that's also the time where we went back and got the.
You found the M9,
the M9 as well. Yeah, so it was dual purpose. It was great.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
I didn't get to test this, but I think I remember the difficulties where the amount of bombs you have to defuse change with what difficulty you're playing on as well.
Interesting.
That might only be like from easy to normal or something, but I remember they're like, because I first played it on very easy originally, because that's what I did as a kid. I was like, man, easy, yeah, I want to finish this game. I'm like, I'm playing on easy. Oh yeah. I loved when games gave me that option. And
would you like to breeze through this?
Hey.
Yeah, and then playing it on later difficulties and thinking I completed it, and then pulling a BB and blowing, like, oh man, there's like 20 more of these.
Only like 2 Semtex here. I'm good.
Yeah.
All right. So where are we? Okay, so we talked to Ames, tells us government's a sham, everything we know is a lie. And then we talk to the president, and he pretty much confirms that, and he's
confirms our sex.
Yep, confirms our sex too. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Talks about how he wanted to become a member of the Patriots.
I love it.
That's why he got in cahoots with our boy Solidus, and it didn't turn out the way he thought.
Honestly, as he's going through all of that really, I was hoping in replaying this, because I haven't replayed it in a long time, that I would like get it fully at the end. And I feel like that was a really good explanation of kind of like the background of everything, of the Patriots, what Solidus actually was like trying to accomplish and everything else. I loved that like whole president scene, especially, it's just a rehash of the Nikita missile from MGS2 too. So yeah,
it ties together the whole Shadow Moses thing, like the parallels between, that was a George Sears bit,
Yeah.
And, trying to expose the Human Genome Project and all that shit, it blows the lid off of like a lot of like, why are there so many callbacks to this? What's going on? And like up until this point, we have no idea like who the fuck like actually Solidus Snake is,
right?
Or why he's doing what he's doing.
I mean, Raiden thinks he's literally Solid Snake for half the game.
Yeah,
like
that's the thing. It's like we as players know who Plisken is, but then we're about to get to the point where it's like, no, that is not Solid Snake. Fart, Mister. that is Mr. Sinister. But,
Mr. Solidus.
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
But yeah, so we get the lid blown off a little bit. Raiden's reality is starting to crumble around him. Shadow governments ad infinitum.
Yeah.
But we're still not all the way there yet, Still got a little more digging.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's still a lot of smoke screen. It's still, the whole. Yeah. We won't know actually what's going on for 2 more games. Actually, I would say. So, little teaser there for you, Kayla.
And then Ocelot comes out and it's like pew pew, and Shalashaska.
Yeah, Ocelot's killing the president there, and just Ocelot's kind of whole gig in this. Like everyone is like, wait, why was he on the tanker? Why is he with Solidus sometimes? But he's shooting the president. But he's like, it's I Ocelot
Why
is the best character in these games, right? Like in all of these games.
He's the character. These games don't exist without him. So.
Yeah.
I think I agree about the pro Ocelot.
Ocelot's awesome.
Yeah,
I think choosing Ocelot as like the linking character throughout the games, outside of the player character, Snake, I think is just like narratively really good, because not only do you kind of be like, all right, where are we getting him? How's he going to be a part of this one? And you start looking out for him. So then when he's not immediately in the story, and when he does show up, it's usually a big like turning point in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So shortly after, the president dying and everything else, we get the Emmerich subplot, the escort mission, and everything else. I was dreading this section. I remember in us planning for these disc dives and stuff, I feel like I was like, that's like a really long section, right? And kind of unfun.
Not that long.
It's really not. It wasn't bad. It was. I actually thoroughly kind of liked that section. We were in the water
a lie.
less than I thought. Like I remember having a ton of trouble with like the swimming controls and stuff in my first couple playthroughs, and just like escorting her. But it was short, fairly easy, and a lot of stuff happens. You got the vamp fight, the sniper battle, there's a lot of action in addition to some of the cringe dialogue. Like it's the bugs, you have to figure out like, how do I get rid of these bugs? Oh, I've got this cooling spray. Like
the most useful tool.
Yeah, I don't know.
Did we just jump past the Harrier fight?
Well, the Harrier fight actually came before you fought, or before you talked to the president.
But
the Harrier fight was dope, right, guys? Let's talk about the Harrier fight.
Nah,
Take this.
It's cool. It's got it.
The Harrier fight is cool.
It's part number what of the simulation? When you're fighting liquid. I'm just trying to tie these together.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the Stinger battle. You need to have one. Yeah, for sure.
Then you got Metal Gear Ray jumping out of the water.
Such Vamp walking on water, like running on water. Like it's just,
and then Solidus becoming the big boss.
Yeah, they planned that all right. That's part of the simulation, right? They knew he would lose an eye.
I mean, look at the pictures next to each other.
It's pretty good. Like that. Yeah. I love how the like struts and everything get perpetually like damaged and stuff as part of the fight, and it sets up your whole movement from there. You have to get from like whatever, shell A to B or whatever it is, and it sets up that whole puzzle of having to like jump down, shimmy across, get from one to the other, because it's no longer an actual
a bridge.
Yeah, no longer a bridge. Couldn't think of the word bridge there, guys.
It's a bridged what?
Yeah. Sam Porter Bridges. This is his first appearance.
Didn't want to miss any good Solidus content.
Solidus is great. I wish he came back. Yeah. I wish there was some way to bring him back.
It was a big frothy plan he had, man.
I actually agree with you guys on one thing. Is like, I remember originally just not liking Solidus like at all. Like I was just like, this guy is just not a discount Spider-Man villain. I don't like him. But this specific playthrough and like actually paying attention to his motives and his connection to everything, I'm like, oh wait, actually I think he's kind of awesome. Actually,
you might be onto something.
And also, he has 2 katanas. What was wrong with me back in the day?
Wow. Were you not an edgelord back then, D?
I don't think I've ever been an edgelord. Is kind of my problem.
Oh no.
There's still time. If
you don't like old. Shadow the Hedgehog, bro?
Shadow who?
Shadow Moses.
So Anyways, moving
back to the water.
back to back to the future, I guess. So Emma dies and everything else. Vamp comes back. You kill him for the fifth time. And he's definitely not coming back.
He's cool. He's in one of those rooms where they like force oxygen into like the water and stuff. I used to work at a sanitary district in Hammond. And they had those like fucking filter tanks in there.
Oh,
so they were terrifying, like because they use it to push sediment down out of the water when they purify it.
Okay.
Yeah, and like the first day I was there, they're like, "Yeah, don't fall in that tank, you'll die."
Like I know.
Yeah. I was like,
"I'm an expert.
I've seen this part of the simulation, guys.
Where are the grenades? Where?
So shortly, as like I think it's like as Emma is dying, there's this whole talk about Y2K, and it's really cool. I forgot it actually during the playthrough, but this morning in rewatching the cutscenes, it hit me in a way it didn't during the playthrough of like. It feels plausible that that's the way they set up the
past everybody software packets.
The AI, the fact that like leading up to Y2K, governments all over the world all like agreed to like install a software to prevent Y2K, plus end users like people with personal computers all also decided, because it was like the birth of the popularity of the internet right around there, and everyone wanted to protect themselves from Y2K, so everyone installed this this AI secretively of the Patriots. It's like, fuck, that sounds like mildly plausible, like that, and obviously now it's just like social media is that, right? Like everyone who installs Facebook or whatever, just like is that now?
Where'd you go, Eric? I can't see you on the screen anymore. Where'd you go, guys?
As someone who's on Facebook, Twitter, and Blue Sky, I'm obviously part of the problem.
There's too many of them, man.
Blue Sky?
Yeah, Mike got me to reinstall Blue Sky, everyone. The real Y2K mind virus.
I was never on Twitter to begin with, so I'm not going to go to like something adjacent. And I will forever call it Twitter. Fuck Elon Musk.
Oh yeah, it's Twitter. This is completely off topic, but I felt like a billion years old when I mentioned Twitter to a nice young lady that was helping us buy new phones the other day, and she had no idea what I was talking about, and then said, "Oh, you mean X? X? Yeah, okay, yeah."
Man, I didn't even catch that.
I caught it real, and my back just immediately cracked a bunch, and I became hunched over and about 4,000 years old in a moment.
Prepare for dementia med ads on your feed now.
Yeah. So anyway, Y2K and the AI woke mind virus. There's some really cool like action scenes, like action walkthroughs around the time where we're getting the reveal of like, oh, Olga was the cyber ninja the whole time. There's this really cool scene where like Otacon, Snake, and Raiden are like walking slowly towards the door, like away from Emma's dead body and stuff. And it just feels like, man, there needs to be like an explosion behind these guys or something. Because
he's got the parrot with him.
Yeah, they just look fucking dope.
They eventually do one of these.
Yeah. Like, and there is definitely like a Predator 1. Snake and Otacon apparently have this whole secret handshake they do.
They're fucking bros, like
there's a very long hug between the two of them that I clocked, and I was like, damn, Snake feels things, huh?
That's man love right there, baby.
It's good.
He's got faith. He believes in him.
It's
a lot stronger than he looks.
Look, who was there for him after his big breakup with Meryl? Okay, I mean, who was there?
Who was there for Otacon after his big breakup with Sniper Wolf? All right.
Well, the canon ending is. I never understood this because I always thought that the canon ending would be Meryl's death. But then it turns, but then later that's not, and I'm always like, well, then how did Ocelot and Snake hook up? Like, if that's not the canon ending, like,
Well,
can't have it.
I
Snake
don't know.
mentions a little bit about how philanthropy was started. And he says, like, I was
Okay.
holed up in a
Must have missed
cabin drinking too much. And I guess the assumption would be that, like, he wasn't doing well after him and Meryl.
Pulled him out of that.
Yeah, like they, you know, they
Okay.
split in some way, shape, or form. Snake, you know, went on a bender, and then Otacon said, like, hey, let's put you to work doing good in the world. And that's how it started, kind of. Like, that's my headcanon, at least.
Otacon,
I'll fight Metal Gears again.
Otacon.
I meant to play through the Snake Tales and I didn't. But there is Snake Tales is basically you play through the plant as Snake. But there's no cutscenes. All of the dialogue is just script. You have to read it all. And you have I remember there's a part where you have to rescue Meryl on the planter. And I can't remember exactly what is said between those two. Damn, I wish I had played that.
Man, that's so weird.
Really weird stuff. Yeah.
So it's like an alternate reality kind of thing?
Man, now understanding more about, the simulations and everything, I have I don't know if it's even like, if it's just kind of bonusy or if it even is like,
or does it matter? Or does it matter?
Does it?
Right.
So,
man, what a game.
Are we getting on Arsenal now?
Well, I wanted to tag in Kayla if she has a voice here. Still, what did you think? So, in the scene where like Snake and Olga are obviously working together at this point, and then Olga just straight up tases Raiden. Like, what was the thought there? Like, are Snake is bad? Like, what did you think of that whole like sequence?
Well, my first thought was, like, that's going to be hard to get him off. Like, this is like an emergency exit right now, and now you have this dead weight body to carry. Like, that's stupid.
I got cyber ninjas.
That was my first thought.
Kayla's practical. She's like, this doesn't. How are you going to carry this?
Why'd you do that?
At this point.
I mean, that's why we left dead Emma here, because we didn't want to carry her dead weight. Like,
that's true.
Now I gotta carry your live body already. Dead weight. Fuck. I didn't expect it. I didn't see that coming.
Completely forgot about that.
Yeah,
aspect completely.
Me too. Yeah, ahead of this playthrough. Yeah.
Yeah. Because this was always my least favorite section of the game, the water stuff.
Water stuff sucks, and the sniper part.
But you can find the body armor in this part, which I always loved finding that. Very helpful. And did anyone? I also want another special item. Did anyone do the special jump after the Harrier fight to get the AK suppressor?
No, I tried and I couldn't get the fire out for what I don't know if it was a weird glitch.
No, you have to jump. You have to leap across the broken struts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That fire is impossible. You cannot get it that way.
Okay. He constantly just keeps going.
How many?
Up. Yeah.
I was gonna say, how many tries?
Oh, damn.
Three,
I didn't do
baby.
it this time because I
Three. And that's because I slipped on bird crap the first few times. All right. So basically one jump is what it took me. It felt good.
Well, I won't mention my number, but it is higher than 3.
My bad.
So I think we could probably talk about some Arsenal gear. Raiden, I mean, yeah, so he gets tased by Olga. You're like, what the hell's going on? We have the big reveal from Solidus and Ocelot.
I know, you like
that, like, oh yeah, that's my godson. This is Jack the Ripper, and he's a child soldier, and all that. Like, that was super out of left field. It still hits.
Yeah, you couldn't see that coming.
But is it Metal Gear 2, Zanzibar Land, Children Soldiers?
Yeah.
Big Boss.
Yeah.
all of that just completely escaped me because I never played those old, like NES games or even like knew the lore behind them aside from what is
MSX games.
Right. Yeah. Aside from like what was given to you in Metal Gear Solid 1 where they like make mention, Outer Heaven, etc. Like it's like, okay, cool. I get the general gist of it. There was a guy named Big Boss. He did some things in Africa and okay, cool. This makes sense. But yeah,
we celebrate Thanksgiving in Zanzibar.
But
MGS1 has like the scripts for those first two games in it.
Yeah,
and I read all of that stuff, so I was able to catch a little bit of that playing this. I remember that.
Just talk about like for the time those games were made, like how good they were.
I mean, that's you can say that for every single. I mean,
literally
every single game in this series, you can say that. Really, like MGS1 is a revolutionary game. MGS2 revolutionary. 3, 4
I'm talking
is probably the only one that people are like.
It's a movie
for whatever. Yeah, they're like right.
Yeah. It's a movie, which is why like 5 was like, all right, well, you guys want to hear the story? Collect all these tapes and
I mean 5 is still like have they made a better action like game, a better feeling action game to this day than 5? I don't know. Like
5 feels good.
It feels
really good.
I don't like the story, but that's a story for another day. So we're talking Arsenal gear. We're talking
you don't like Moby Dick, bro?
Love it. Someday I'll read it.
Emo.
Naked Raiden again. We got the ability to do cartwheels.
Pretty cool.
keeping it all in there.
Handless. Yeah, I mean he's cupping the meat and potatoes. He's fucking. Have you seen those hamstrings, bro?
Great swimmer's bod, by the way, Raiden. I mean,
yes, like, he's sleek.
Dude is cut.
My man looks like, he could be on Olympic swim team.
Timothy Chalamet, pretty similar body. Nasty.
He's got a swimmer's body. I like that.
Yeah, it's
way of describing it.
Yeah, I mean, Timothy Chalamet in the steel suit from Dune is just Raiden, like except dark hair instead of light hair. It's like it's the same thing.
He does kind of talk the same now. I'm thinking about
a little bit. Oh, no. Yeah, I think he could obviously. I mean, he's gonna do Bob Dylan now, so I think he could probably talk like anyone, probably.
But this is where the freak out stuff is happening. You're getting all of these codec calls.
My favorite part of the game.
Yep.
Yeah, it really is. You're getting just images of Campbell, but his face is
that skeletal
see-through, and you see the skull. And it's just like, what is happening? I could have used more from Raiden just kind of freaking out, like I would, like everyone would be, maybe. Because I found in a lot of these calls, Raiden is just kind of, he doesn't even react to a lot of this stuff.
I think at that point, Kojima's giving us, like, I don't know how you felt about it, Kayla, because I know this isn't like your millionth playthrough. Like, it gave us the room to react to what was going on versus being told what to feel about the situation. That was my interpretation. I don't know. What'd you feel about that?
Like, at this point, like, we're finding out, it's like, we know about GW. We know about, like, kind of essentially what the greater plan of Arsenal gear was, to get ahead of the curve of information flow so that the Patriots can still, the S3 project, all of that fun stuff is, like, coming out now. A little bit later in the conversation you have.
Yeah, you do it.
You talk to Otacon. And he gives you the bombshell that, like, it's coming from within inside Arsenal. And then they're like, bro, you've been talking to a fucking AI. It's like, your nanos, bro? That's the kernel.
It's so like, good though, because I don't think. Well, yeah, I mean, Kayla should definitely speak on it because I didn't see that coming my first playthrough. So did you see him as being an AI this whole time?
There's definitely something fishy. I think also like everything about Raiden is, especially the way he responds to stuff, has always been like fishy and pretty sus. Like I've always been like we've already mentioned it. He's like, well, I've done this on virtual, but okay, sure, send me in to save the president as my first mission. That's cool. Okay, like I'm by myself, nobody else is here. All right, like
guess I'll figure it out.
He's a little like questioning of it, but he just goes along with it.
Yep.
So I think that's just what he does.
And he only starts questioning it when he runs into part of the simulation that wasn't there. Plisken. He wasn't part of the simulation.
Right.
Stay on course.
Right.
S3 full circle.
And do you think
just a reenactment of Shadow Moses to make enough?
Do you think if Snake like hadn't shown up or interacted with Raiden, like his conditioning is such that he wouldn't have even ever is all of the questioning only happening because of Snake or because of like those interactions?
I think that's part of the implication. Like
I think so.
Because I mean the whole entire idea behind it was to make the perfect soldier out of him, essentially. As we talk about these games and continue to go on, I forget what number loop of like the same thing this is at this part of the series. But like, I just talked about child soldiers in like Metal Gear 2, at Zanzibar Land, shit like that. And then the Shadow Moses incident and now the Big Shell incident are like pretty much one for one each other. Like, Ocelot's always there.
The AI even starts quoting those old, the opening to Metal Gear 1 and showing you like the lead up to that and
infiltrate and 131 destroy Metal Gear.
Right. Yeah, it's like all of this has just been,
since
just
the beginning.
What is it, man?
Yeah, I think
we fighting for.
I think it was like at this point where I was like, wait a minute, I need you to pause and explain some things to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
no, Tomas, don't explain anything.
No, I'm saying it's a proper first reaction because we only had 2 of these fucking things at this point in our life.
Yeah.
We didn't have 3, we didn't have 4, we didn't have 5, and in the West, we didn't know about the proper Metal Gears 1 and 2.
Right.
So hearing all of this for the first time without any of the context, we didn't know Kojima knew it all back then.
Right.
We didn't know he had it planned out like this.
You mentioned GW, and that's the name of like the
George
AI
Washington.
or whatever. So is there any chance that when George W. Bush was elected, that was changed by any chance? That it was JW or it was AW or something at some point, and they were like,
I've always wondered that too. Like, God, what are you doing? What are you doing, man?
I just remember
what's going on in their brain
that time, being in like high school and stuff, and there are a lot of GWs were being thrown around that time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it felt like quite a coincidence.
Like Kojima, Metal Gear Solid 1, they talk about a second tower being hit. I'm like, what?
That's not true. Okay. You got me there for a second. It's like, wait, what? So anyway, Colonel's an AI, but Solid Snake's your guy. It was his plan all along to sneak into Arsenal gear.
Yeah, he's like, you're here right now. All I know is that I see you right here, riding dirty.
I didn't.
Yeah, it was definitely like wait, he's here, but where's Snake? But I was like, what?
It's a lot going on.
That's real reaction.
I had forgotten because that conversation between him and Snake, Raiden starts isn't quite
Freaking
sure
out.
that even Rose is real, you know? And that I had completely forgotten that kind of subplot of him. I mean, it's a very small subplot, but I thought that was real effective because, like, until the very last scene of the game, it's very, like, plausible that she's also doesn't exist as well.
I mean, even from, like, the technical sense, like, the relationship wasn't real. Like, so.
Yeah.
Which is worse?
I don't know.
It's a good question.
It's worse.
Well, the worst part is they stick together at the end. That's the worst part.
We'll figure this out together, right? Yeah. No, right? No, right? No.
It's just I always thought of Raiden as a much younger guy than he actually is, but they've got his birth date somewhere around like the early 80s, like maybe 83 if you look at the Metal Gear wiki, which would make sense. He was a child soldier in the 80s, like that. Okay, this game's set in 2009, so yeah, Raiden's like 35, 36. I always thought of him as a younger gent, but anyway.
He looks young.
He does. Yeah, he's got the kind of higher voice and stuff, but
some nanos.
And trapped in a VR helmet for
pretty much.
Moisture ain't going nowhere.
Oh boy, Ben.
Them pores are open.
Can you imagine? Like, his life is just shit.
Oh,
child soldier, fucking kidnapped by the Patriots, and then fucking brainwashed to eventually kill your surrogate father.
Replaying this game and minor teaser for future games, just like I have so much compassion for Raiden that I did not have going into this game. I thought Raiden was kind of cool, he gets a sword, he's a badass, whatever else, but like now I just feel for Raiden in a way I don't think I did even
he got fucked. Like, bro's whole entire existence just
yeah.
Oh man. It like, we're not going to go any further.
No, we shouldn't.
Like,
we shouldn't.
Up until this point, it's been a rough ride.
Pretty bad. Yeah, still pretty bad.
I think we need to mention at the time, this game was not as heralded as the original.
No.
Like,
not at this point.
People thought this was a very disappointing game because they couldn't play as Solid Snake. And I think a lot of people, like, once that character switch thing, I think a lot of people's brains just turned off and they played the game and none of it, all of the dialogue just washed over them. And a lot of people thought, what the hell is Khajiit? Like, what is this
on your computer
drivel that
he did it
sprouting at the end? And now when you play this game, it's amazing. It's crazy.
It's a goddamn genius, man.
God, Nostradamus, man.
Kojima for president.
Yeah, I think I was part of that. Exactly what you're talking about. Of like, I really liked the game. So like the character switch didn't like affect me in that way, but I loved Solid Snake as a character and was like disappointed and did see them as like kind of disjointed, not as like a real part 1, part 2, or even just, basically the same, hyper connected in that way. So I think you're right. Like, I think a lot of that dialogue did wash over me. Because it wasn't like, I probably played it when I was in high school, and it wasn't like I wasn't having at least somewhat intelligent conversations about games or movies or whatever else. Yeah. This was like peak, let's talk about Fight Club as like the most existential thing ever. So like those conversations were being had, but I don't feel like any of how good this game was like really hit at that for me.
Eric was too busy fighting his gay repressed thoughts.
Yeah, that's what it was.
I was not online when I played this game, so the things that he's talking about, were just like, what the information, like data, memes, genes, scenes, whatever. Like,
shit, I gotta add that to the S4 plan. Memes, genes, and scenes.
Yeah, meme gene from Malenko is
That's good.
I think running into Mike and Josh in high school was like the first time I started having intellectual conversations about this video game series.
Yeah, and it's just. It was just like a weird, what happened? Like, man, this is a cool action game, and then a bunch of weird shit happens at the end. What was that? And that was the legacy of this game for a long time.
Yeah,
and I think now it's just like I think as more and more people go back to this one, it's just like, whoa, like the T.S. Eliot quote. That's towards the end of this thing when the AI and Rose are talking to you, and it's. Not even natural selection can take place here. The world is being engulfed in truth. And then Colonel says, as this is the way, and this is the way the world ends, not with a bang, but a whimper. And it's just like, yeah, man, like it is that right now. That is what's
okay. Yeah, another one of my favorite like post-apocalyptic worlds or kind of games or movies rather. Terminator 2. I love the before they went off the shark and did 3, 4, whatever Genesis. The idea that it was a closed loop, all of these things are happening for a reason. Skynet sends itself back, becomes Skynet, Kyle Reese, all that shit. And like I always used to make jokes about AI taking over the world and blowing us up. And now I'm like, I'm coming over to the Kojima side of like AI destroying the world. Has it already happened? Are we in the process of it? Are we just comfortably numb in this process of like watching existence just, I don't know. It's like we all want this like Terminator 2, like end of the world kind of scenario, or like the Matrix, we wake up in pods and everything's gone to shit. But it's like, is this just
we're already there, man?
Yeah, I was like, is this just it? Like,
do I have to say it again? We are living in a solid snake simulation.
Oh man.
But
it's crazy.
It's crazy.
But man, Raiden gets a ninja sword, and that shit is dope as fuck, guys.
Shooting, stabbing, surrounded is how I put it in the S4 plan.
Shooting, stabbing, surrounded.
It's such a cool, like, just that hallway. I died a ton. Did you guys die a ton during that?
No.
I
forgot what I was supposed to be doing.
I that is true. I could not remember where the because off to the top right or whatever is the small hallway to get out of there, but did not remember that, so I just trying to get through that, and then that's previous. No, the hallway to the door at the end where you have all your gear and you're shooting and everything else. I equipped the body armor, but still, how many times did I die in that scene, Kayla? I mean 10?
Too many.
Not more than that.
It felt like a solid 10. I was getting frustrated, honestly, because it was more so Snake dying actually in that scene. I think that's what got me more times than me actually dying. So it was like,
were you using
that was
or
what
swords?
got you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, were you shooting?
Mostly shooting.
Why?
You gotta slash them up, dude.
Is the sword
You're muted,
better?
Mike.
Is that the plan?
You can block bullets, baby.
You're on mute.
You could technically stun lock everybody, like in the corner.
Mike, you're muted.
Oh no, Mike's having a whole conversation with no one. There he is.
Oh, sorry, I was on mute. Sorry. Yeah, just
going off the rails.
Blocking the bullets with the sword is the way to go, and then just the swipes. You can take out like 3 guys at a time and stuff when they're clustered like that.
2 assault rifles and all kinds.
That's what they want you to use.
Oh.
Wow, man. M4?
You're breaking out of the simulation right now, Eric. It's like they want you to be Solid Snake with the pew-pews, but you don't got the infinite ammo, bro. You got a sword.
You're right. I should have known because they're blocking the hell out of my bullets.
Yeah, they are.
Tomas, you made me. That's the one thing I wanted to talk about. Actually, was when he points to his bandana and says "infinite ammo."
So
Oh man, that's been a thing between Tomas and I forever because it's just so silly. It is the most like weird fourth wall breaking cheat code thing. Like what?
Wasn't part of the simulation, Mike.
Snake, like, I know it's a simulation. Infinite ammo.
He's figured it out, man. He's fucking Morpheus. He knows kung fu.
Really good. So we get so after you get out of that hallway, you get to see Fortune again. And I always really like that scene of we don't get to see what the actual fight looked like, so you can only like imagine it in your head, but of like Raiden going up the like Snake and Raiden parting ways. Raiden's got to go
Snake Eater.
Not quite, but Raiden's got to go up the ladder and get out of there to, you know, shut down Arsenal gear and stuff. And Snake's got to stay back and fight Fortune, who at this point we fully believe cannot die. You know, Snake's essentially gonna give himself up, I guess, in this, and it just ends with like Snake just saying some bad. I wish I wrote down the badass stuff he says, but he just like unloads with his M4, and that's like the last we see of him. Well, at least for a little while. But,
for like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, he's trying to plead his case, like I didn't kill your dad, like kind of thing, right? Like because she's just like, finally, this is the moment I've been waiting for. Like I get to kill the guy who destroyed my world, like 2 years ago or whatever.
Go to therapy, girl. Like, for real.
It's a real, like, Thanos moment of, like, you know, you took everything from me. I don't even know you. Like, it feels like that.
Yeah.
Super that.
Yeah.
Did Kojima call the MCU?
Goddamn. Yeah, probably. Then we get our raise all day. Probably my favorite is probably the like
oops all raise
scene. This whole section of him getting to this like Final Destination-esque area, fighting a million Rays, Solidus then having to fight Rays. That whole 20-ish minute kind of sequence is something that in games has always just like stuck with me. When I think of Metal Gear Solid 2, it's that little 20-minute sequence of fighting the Rays, all of them coming down. There being dozens of them.
There's a lot going on, man.
It's so cool.
There's so many fucking like plot dumps like going on left and right too. Fucking like, all right, so Olga's kid is like fucking Raiden's heart is being monitored for this, S3 shit to keep Olga's kid alive because Olga is being used by the Patriots to make sure that Raiden's mission is a success. Fucking George Sears is trying to break free of the Patriots by fucking detonating a hydrogen bomb above Manhattan to fucking create an EMP wave, fucking blow out all of the electronics. So essentially he's trying to create a like electronic-less outer heaven. There we go, outer heaven again. Fucking Ocelot's doing Ocelot shit. Like he's always doing Ocelot shit.
The detonating a nuclear bomb in the atmosphere thing happens in, I think it's Call of Duty Modern Warfare
Call of Duty 2.
Modern Warfare it's the 2. Coolest shit ever.
Fucking awesome. You can't see your fucking sight reticles anymore.
It's amazing.
Fucking blown out.
It's so amazing.
That game's fucking good.
It's really good.
Anyway.
There he goes. There he goes again. Kojima influencing things.
Maybe.
Hell yeah, dude.
It's so good.
Yeah. But it's fucking awesome. And then you learn that the fucking Doc Ock arms can shoot missiles too.
Oh yeah. That whole like Solidus against the Rays. Like, so Ocelot comes in, he says like, hey man, I haven't been working for you. You've been working for me this whole time. These are my Rays. They're not yours.
Yep.
I'm the big boss. You're not. And Solidus having to like take down the Rays and being up to it, like, is so fucking badass. He's so cool.
And like, old boy still hasn't fucking given up. He's like, because the end of the game, the main reason that he's trying to fight Raiden at the end, like after Arsenal crashes and the whole entire pot's just gone.
Yeah. He's
like, well, bro, you got nanos in you, so I could just suss them out through your fucking corpse.
Yeah.
Like, my man is like, he's on a timer anyways.
Yeah, he's never going to stop. Like, Solidus is never going to stop. He has to
never
die.
He never lets his foot off the fucking pedal, dude. Like, he's just like, whatever, man. Like, I'm already on it. They already try to kill me, you know, dead cell and everything. That, like, bro's been on the run for years at this point.
Yeah.
And I got a lot of respect.
And I feel like there's some pleading near the end too, or there's some like final like little lore dumps that he kind of like has the conversations with Raiden. I feel as like while Solidus is dying, he probably still has a spark in his mind that like, I said enough to Raiden here, and he's a smart enough dude, and he's seen enough at this point that like maybe my message eventually will get through Raiden, like my son. Like it. Yeah. I feel like that's his like dying thought or his dying wish or whatever.
I don't know, man. He's doing everything he can towards the end, though, and it's a sick last fight. But did we miss anything at Arsenal? I mean, did we talk about Liquid Ocelot?
Yeah, that's always been the weirdest thing, and you know we can't. Let's just say, Kayla, that the Liquid Ocelot plot continues onward. It won't be the last we hear of Liquid Ocelot.
I've gathered as much.
Yeah. But I do want to mention, like, Fortune, the whole like reveal that, hey, Fortune, you're not actually magic. It was just a little box that like blocks bullets, and I've got it too now.
I got one too.
Yeah, it's all magnets. You know, it all makes perfect sense.
How do they work?
It's all just an illusion. Wait, what are you doing? What are you doing with your hands there? Hey, stop that. hey, wait, hey, stop doing that. Hey, whoa. It's supposed to be a box. This is bullshit.
Right. That's really cool. Fortune takes a bullet to the chest. We think she's dead. She slumps over. But then, like, in her final act, shows that, like, no, actually, I kind of am a powerful psychic and, like, blocks a bunch of missiles. It's so cool.
Before we know everything that we know about the series, could this have just been the worm that was implanted in GW, allowing her to manipulate the will of the simulation? That
sure, yeah, we'll go with that. Yeah. No, I mean, this is a series that psychics definitely exist in, so I feel like
yes,
I like to play Castlevania.
Yeah, I think that the takeaway from this section, other than just like Kojima's, he always sneaks in a little bit of mysticism. Like, hey, some of the stuff could be real. Like he did it with Vulcan Raven. He's doing it with Fortune. I think it's really cool that despite his outlook on society and politics and all this stuff, that he's still like, no, this stuff could be real. It'd be really sick if it was real. Want to see how sick it would be if this shit was real?
I mean,
there's certainly whimsy. Like, I do feel as much, you mentioned like the cynicism or whatever else. I feel like he's showing the cynicism, but believing like that there's a potential positive. Like if we show it and we talk about it and everything else, like, we could figure it out, right? Like, I feel like he might actually be positive at the end of the day.
Or this is just the shit that he puts in his games so that they don't fucking throw a black bag over his head and just erase him. It's like, oh, well, he's still talking about psychic, so he's not that close.
Right.
I don't know.
Made a post-apocalypse delivery game. I think he cares about people, you know?
He might. That game was weird.
It's a very weird game. Yeah, the final fight with Solidus is super cool. He just like lets it all out. Ooh. You see everything. You see the missiles, his dual swords, his
he gets rid of the Doc Ock arms.
His ability to like create fire.
You get rid of the Doc Ock arms.
Is he like creating sparks, and that's like, what's the fire that like behind him? Is that what that is?
I think it's from the boots, like the rocket slide that he does.
Because he does it really early when he first introduced him, like the suit, and when he fucking does the slide things, like, which is sick. But
he incinerates his jacket, and it's really.
I still think he's blowing himself up
Okay. Just a series of miniature explosions.
Explosion Man. Yeah.
We find out that Fat Man knew what was up.
Yeah, he was the only one. He was the only good guy.
He was the only one.
Fat Man's the only good guy.
He killed the only good guy out the gate.
And we prevail over Solidus, of course.
Prevail's a strong word.
Yeah.
Come on.
He falls to his death. I really like his falling, kind of like reaching up. It's pretty cool. Whole what is it in front of a George Washington statue? Is that like who he died?
Hill, I believe.
Oh, is that who it is?
But I forget where.
Good.
Exactly. But again, I salute because we lost another boss.
We lost. This is a series of losing bosses.
Yep.
And then we're on the streets of Manhattan where there is a bit of a ruckus, and then all of a sudden, no
ruckus.
Life moves on. Everyone's just back on their.
Yo.
Well, no one gives a shit about Snake and Raiden, just like armed to the gills. They both still have their like sneaking suits on. Snake has 1 million rounds of ammo on his body.
Metal Gear
Snake
Arsenal
just leaped into the ocean, chasing after Ray, and then pops back up.
Well, he decided,
hey, bro.
It's
a strong swimmer.
Yeah.
All right,
the strongest. Yeah.
The sword fight between Solidus and Raiden could have lasted 3 days, for all we know.
It could have.
It did not.
There were some codec conversations during that, and it's so fucked up. Like how the Patriots are like. It's like, you're a pawn, bro. Finish your fucking mission. Like, despite everything that he's told you and everything that you know now, like, you got it. We got you by the fucking balls. You got to do what we tell you to do. We're going to kill Olga's kid if you don't. Fucking, like, it's like this bittersweet, like, fucking... Patriots suck, bro.
Well, I mean, ultimately, like, I love the message of, like, yeah, we can be aware of all these horrible things going on and all the stuff connecting everyone to the horrible things that are going on and your origins and stuff, but it's like, ultimately, we can only do what we can do. You can only influence what you can influence and then hope that somebody else sees you doing it and picks up the torch. And I absolutely fucking love that message at the end. It's so fucking good after just assaulting us with all of the like conspiracies and terrible shit and children killed and teenagers killed and old guys killed. Mass producing, weapons of mass destruction. He's like, but hey, if you got a bandana with infinite ammo, use it.
Yeah.
And it coming from Snake, who like has been a pawn in this, in all these conspiracies, has seen both sides of it, like, and has decided to just like persevere. Like at any point, Snake could have just quit, right?
Could have become another big boss.
Sure.
That's the thing. It's like all these other like, these les enfants terribles. They've all tried to create another outer heaven. Try to like, because I mean, it's. I don't want to go too far into it, but like, he's the outlier of these clones.
Yeah, he might be the best of the clones and and all the Metal Gear characters, and that's why I fought so hard for him on the Bracket of Nonsense, and you guys shot me down. But that's fine. That's fine. It's fine.
Because you're wrong.
It's not something I'm holding against any of you guys.
Wait, baby. Almost.
No, it's a great motivational speech by Snake, and then
yeah, man.
we get to end on Rose exists. Actually,
yeah,
and they're gonna live happily ever after, guys. As far as Kayla knows.
Yay! I can't wait for that to totally be a good thing.
Blow her up like Stillman.
So was Rose like was she kidnapped during this whole so we weren't actually speaking with Rose this whole Time. I can never understand.
I can't circle that square for you, Mike.
I think
Yeah,
the
come on,
whole
Like, because well, I know like the stuff that happens later. And,
sure.
I've always taken it as literal that she is like has been spying for the Patriots and stuff. Like she was in cahoots the whole time.
There's those weird, wacky conversations you have in Arsenal. It seems like she may be a part of the AI talking.
Oh, really? I don't know if I got one from her. That's weird.
Like her and Colonel start having some weird fucking conversation.
Yes.
Like, and they're both just shit talking you. Like, yeah. There's parts where it's like maybe they're like it's an AI. Maybe at the beginning of the mission it was her, but like at the very least I think it's a little bit of both.
Don't eat it.
But like, yeah, she was absolutely a plant by the Patriots to string them along.
Yeah, because you call her during that Solidus fight, and she just goes, "Hey, Jack, how's the murdering going?" Like, it's just like
shit like that. Yeah,
man. Now that's my homework.
Who are
after
you?
this? I got to figure out because that makes me believe it's definitely she's an AI at least during that portion
during the Arsenal stuff. Yeah,
at least. So interesting. Okay.
Like, yeah,
she's weird the whole time.
She's weird the whole time.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking you don't even meet Rose until the very end. Like that is, I don't know. I've never been able to.
That the Patriots just used his. They already have a weird relationship. I think all of that is true, because otherwise, like Raiden would have said, like that's not like we always sleep together or whatever else. Like. No, I think that's all true that they have a weird relationship, but then the Patriots use that.
Having night terrors in the other rooms, like,
wow, look, that's why we do these disc dives, folks, so that I can be educated on this shit.
There it is.
Oh,
yeah, Eric doesn't know this shit. That's why he calls us.
Thank you, guys. Oh, that's so good. Yeah, well, that's Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty. Let's we did it. It was amazing. Let's have some final thoughts on. I want to ask Kayla first, seeing this is your first experience with it. After recently having her first experience with Metal Gear Solid 1 and the disc dives and everything. I want you to predict what happens in the next 2 games. 3 and 4. I'm kidding.
Well, I think the same thing happens in 3. I think we get a repeat. I think 3 repeats itself.
You're dead wrong. It's
similar,
a prequel. You're dead wrong. You're not a real gamer.
The same thing happens. And then I guess it all comes to a head. It all comes together.
It does. And it's beautiful. And there's nothing wishy-washy about it. It really, comes together.
Probably pretty wishy-washy.
No, yeah.
No. Eric's wrong. It is perfect. Kojima knows everything.
Yes, he's the George Lucas of video games.
Stop calling him George Lucas, bro.
He's better than that.
Don't insult my boy like that.
Kayla, did you enjoy your time with Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty?
I did. It's very... I agree that it's revolutionary for its time, and it still holds up. It's something very unique and stands on its own.
Did... who did you come away with? Like, who was your, I guess, favorite character from this game?
Snake.
Oh, you like Snake? Raiden didn't win over your heart?
No.
Not Raiden for Raiden.
I feel bad for him and sad boy, but
he is sad boy.
I agree. Snake's a
sad boy.
You made the right choice. Just pressing you.
George Sears for president.
Mike, you said you're still not sure if this is the best or not, but it could be. the best?
The best is yet to come.
Yeah, I won't give like my favorites, I guess, right now, but it is in the mix with two others, for sure. This is just it's so prescient right now. Like what like this game is talking about, it just blows me away. Like that whole final act was just like, whoa, man, this is crazy. It made me want to just boot up Civil War on Max and watch that again. And yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to mention a few rapid fire little things.
Do it.
The beginning of this section, Raiden talks to Mr. X, and it's clearly Olga's not hiding her Russian accent.
Right.
No, she's not
At all. It's something I picked up
I am
on.
robot.
Right. Like more Raiden just getting hit with "haven't they told you anything" by like Ames, the president. Like everyone is just like
bell chicken, my boy.
The King Queen Jack of like kind of face card thing that Kojima was doing here. Also Jack and Rose, another Titanic tie-in. Let's see, just going through my we had a terminology corner on a couple of these episodes. Balaclava. I want to thank Snake for teaching me what the balaclava is after you lose your mask and your disguise. Finding out that Ames was Natasha's husband. I did not know that from the first game.
Whoa, okay. Yeah, you found that out. That's good.
Yes. Another little codec Easter egg. Finding out why Snake picked Iroquois as a name. That is the an Indian tribe, the Algonquin. That's how they describe their enemies, and it means I think it just means like snake or like just evil things or something.
So Snake Plisken.
Right.
Yeah.
Snake. Before the electrified floor, Colonel just going, "Don't test it, you'll be bacon." It's really funny, and makes more sense when like the Chat GPT AI of it all.
Yeah. Oh my god, we're living it right now, aren't we?
Just the super sweet rockets. Just want to point out all the cool rockets that everything is shooting out of at the end of this. I believe Liquid Ocelot has the great line, a sleeper in the arm of a Patriot spy or something like that. Is very good stuff. Man, yeah, I think that's about it. Just what a game. What a cool.
It's so good.
Just like time capsule of that time and our current time and crazy stuff.
It's wild how things loop back around, huh?
Yes.
That's what this whole day. Stop it.
Did we mention the stinger at the end? The conversation between Snake and Otacon.
Otacon, yeah.
Him looking into the information on the disc, and all of those people on that list have been dead for over 100 years.
Right.
Yeah. Interesting stuff. For sure.
So wild.
I think we'll learn more about that
in the next
time
chapter.
On this time.
Dragon Ball Z.
Good stuff. Any last minute conspiracy theories, Tomas, or
Okay. So as far as AI goes, I kind of wish they would, tell me that I was a child soldier who ended up killing people and send me on secret stealth missions instead of trying to sell boner pills to me. Or in your case, Eric, laser hair removal.
Yes. That'll be in the B-roll, folks.
I found the picture I was talking about earlier, where you're talking to the, and it says, "Think about it. Do you actually believe the public opinion influences the government?" Poignant. Nah, man, this game's fucking great. It's fucking wild. The fact that how applicable it is to the current like era we live in. I do sometimes think that Kojima might be a time traveler. Fucking popping, or he's popping in and out of realities because he doesn't age either. So
Yeah.
but fucking, this game's great. I don't know if it's my favorite one. For me, it's always been 3. But a lot of that's got to do with my experience with playing it. But yeah, this whole fucking series, like, I want to say so much more, but like,
I'm so excited to play 3.
3's so good. I fucking love 3 so much. And it's
You guys are not gonna wait for Delta, or are gonna wait for Delta to play 3?
I'll probably play 3 and then I'll play Delta.
Okay.
I don't know.
I'm kind of thinking of doing the same thing. I really just want to play that.
The more I talk about this game in itself, like, because fucking, oh man, like 3 is so good because, like, 1, you could play it as a standalone. If you didn't play any of the other games, it's perfect starting, but holy shit, I don't know, man. Like, I could talk about 3 today. I'm just gonna get off of it. Metal Gear Solid 2, really good game. It has made me the skeptic that I am to this day. And yeah, man, it's fucking, this whole series, man, fucking Kojima for president.
And I guess the question I have for you, D, is, you've brought new life into this hellhole of a world that Kojima, brought to us. What do you feel? How do you feel about that decision you made?
I feel the same way I've always felt, Eric. The new generation is our hope.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
So,
yeah, it's like you said, man, do what you can, baby.
Yeah, I think my thing that I've lashed with the Metal Gear series overall is that there's always so much information that he throws at you, just an overwhelmingly, like, just so much. But because he's such a cinephile, because he's such a kind of like wants to send a message in his games all the time, because he wants to tell a story, I think that's what sets these games apart from so many, is that he, as a director, gets a team of people who want to also tell this story, that also like fully buy into what he's spewing out, and you get something like this that is an experience that hasn't really been replicated. Like, it's just really something that people latch onto because it's one of those standalone experiences that, yeah, you do have to play Metal Gear Solid 1 to get the full appreciation of, but it does kind of stand on its own 2 feet, especially when you get to Big Shell. Like, it's its own sort of thing. It tells you that it's a cyclical thing, and I think the cinematography of everything, the action set pieces, so beautifully like wind together to get you to the end that when you're at the end, you feel like you did something, which is saying a lot. Because some parts of the game, I don't feel like I'm not doing nothing. I'm swimming, I'm hitting, I'm hitting, blowing, I'm doing pull-ups. Yeah, sometimes sometimes I don't feel like I'm doing, but it really does culminate into a really, really satisfying ending.
Hell yeah, it does.
Nice.
This fucking universe is bonkers, man.
Well,
fucking love it.
I guess the only thing left to say is when we doing the disc dive of Metal Gear 3, when we doing it.
I think we gotta wait for Delta.
I think we gotta wait for Delta as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that.
We get a date for that finally.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah, we do.
Shadow
Were you
Drop.
guys thinking of doing like a retrospective type of beat where like right before it comes out we do this and then jump on Delta or side by side at the same time?
I sort of kind of like the idea of playing the original and then playing through Delta and making the disc dive like one disc dive, maybe like 4 parts or something of that type of thing. Go over the story once because it's the same story, but like go over the enhancements and stuff.
I just can't. I don't feel right going into Delta without having the freshest memory of that original and being able to notice what's different, what's not different. Because there's so many just choices in 3 that, man, 3 is just such a monumental thing. I think
it's an opus, man. That game is fucking. It's things. It's changed my whole entire perspective of American history. I will jokingly go about telling people like the story of Metal Gear 3 when I'm talking about like actual historic. Oh, this is how it actually happened, guys. And they'll fucking believe me to an extent.
You guys are really setting the standard pretty high for Kayla seeing 3. She's gonna be like, I don't know, it was fine, it was cool, I liked it. Metal Gear 2 is probably better,
Look, all I gotta say about Metal Gear 3 is crab battle. So,
oh gosh,
I'm excited about Delta.
Yeah, I'm very excited for Delta. I don't think it can miss, honestly. I know some people are the faces and stuff, but I don't know.
But I will say 3's got a soft spot for me because I ended up playing it at the Purdue Calumet game room. Josh would bring it, and I'd play it on the PlayStation 2 in there. And you can ask Mike. It was a bonkers ride.
Yeah.
So there's always going to be that little spot in my heart for this game.
It's the way Kojima
in this river,
it. That's
the way he meant it to be.
Exactly.
That Vulcan fight.
Yeah, Nolan makes films for planes, and Kojima makes games for game rooms at Purdue Calumet. That's what they all say.
Yeah. Kuwabara.
All right. Well, I think we've done it. I think despite the Patriots trying to stop us at every potential chance they got, we've done it. We completed the disc dive into Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty. I hope you guys enjoy it. The video version is going to be on YouTube. So if you're listening right now on your podcast app, you've listened this far, you've listened to 2 hours of us talking about it. And want to see what we looked like while we were doing it, you can check it out on YouTube there.
See my Christmas tree.
Otherwise,
see my side quest that I go on.
What's Mike doing? Is he working for the Patriots?
You'd see our co-host, Dee's Bundle of Joy.
I say hi.
Oh my god, so cute.
Hello.
Oh, what a cutie. So anyway, thanks for sticking with us, guys. I learned so much more. I'm gonna go do some research now on whether Rose was an AI or not. It's opened my whole
down the rabbit hole.
My whole afternoon here. Thanks for sticking with us, and thanks for listening to Disc Dive on Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty. I was your host, Eric. I was joined by Kayla, Mike, Tomas, and Dee. Thanks for listening. We're getting out of here, and we're saying goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Even if a pawn becomes a queen, it is still a playing piece.
Damn. Shalashaska.
Sick.
dig up stuff after like playthrough number 20.
Only 20 for you? Jeez.
Yeah, well,
All right, let's
my
see.
worldview's changed. Everything I knew about been a lie.
The world hasn't really changed because it was predicted, you know? Like it was.
It's true. Kojima called it.
Yeah. We should have known.
Man, yeah.
You guys
Kojima
can't hear
Damas.
yourself, can you?
Like an
Like
echo?
I'm not echoey.
I can't.
No,
Okay.
you're not echoing, and no one's echoing.
I don't hear any echoes.
All I hear is my nanites.
Oh.
Where's D with the codec chime?
Mike.
Damn. I'm gonna give D like a couple minutes here and see what we got.
Sure.
I think we can do this in the time limit that we got. I believe in us.
If we
think
just
so.
skip past the water level and then just go.
I mean, we don't have to really do a lot about the, that section.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Just talk about the good
Jackie,
stuff. You know?
Jackie made me a smiley face out of pancakes and bacon
Oh, nice.
in Making Mouse. I see it. Oh, there's more bacon? Awesome.
We had a leftover pizza called It's a Butte Clark from Tomato Bar. It's got
So good.
Flamin' Hots on it.
You-
It's fun.
Wait. You remember when in high school you would put the nacho cheese in the Flamin' Hot bags?
Taco in a bag.
Yeah. Well,
I've
the
never done
Flamin'
that in my
Hots,
life, but yes.
it's what the pizza is. It's just like nacho cheese, but Flamin' Hots on top. So good.
It's quite good.
And steak. And like steak pieces. It's pretty good.
It's a Butte Clark.
I would try it.
It's good. They do it every December. And then they also do Christmas in July. It's like their pizza of the month.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Mm.
Did you text D at all?
I sent him a Discord little thing. I know he said he'd be like real tired. He must like work overnight or something. So he might be sleeping. But
Or they got to him.
yeah, the Patriots to him. Man, I don't want him to miss my skit. I've got a great skit.
He was prepared for this.
Yeah,
Man, I have a bunch of quotes, but I forget who the quotes are for now. So
It's been a long time coming. I got two lined up based off of how people react in the opening. So one of them's kind of morbid. The other one is
Oh.
Is it about healthcare CEOs or what?
Oh no.
All right.
Well, I believe you guys can carry the team, but as you may be able to hear, I'm a little sick.
This is
Oh,
Kayla's
no.
flu game.
Sorry.
So I'll lean on you guys, but I think you can do it.
She's got Fox die.
Yeah, the Fox Alive vaccine is still in the mail. So.
Whoa, we're not there yet.
Get Snipper in the
Calm down.
background.
Calm down here.
Oh man, Snip's getting gains. Twitter.
Is my cat climbing the tree behind me?
Not yet.
I've seen your cat already this morning, though. It's a good backdrop you got.
Yeah. This is just my life now. Giant tree taking up a third of my apartment. And just every day sweep up broken ornaments.
Our cats have been good with the ornaments, so that's nice. We made sure to put
My
them
oldest cat.
not at the very bottom of the tree just to really entice them. I mean, they can easily get to them regardless, but they've been pretty good. I mean, Lilu and Luna have been around trees for years, so I think they're just good. Snips, our newest, is a little.
That's exactly what I'm going through. Like my older cat, she's fine. I mean, she'll bat at the lower ones. That's why we purposely put little unbreakable ones at the bottom. We're like, all right, sacrificial lambs. Oh my God, D's up.
Oh shit! Hell yeah!
Great. But the little one, the newest, Emmy, she's a terrorist,
and she's already crazy. That cat.
Yeah, she's nuts. I love her, but holy shit, she's co-host slowing me down. Oh, he's bringing his kid. Oh. I'm like trying to figure out what he's talking.
That's right. Alt.
I got some tart cherry syrup.
Ooh.
For these pancakes.
So we have a bunch of really flat pop, like some Dr. Peppers and some cream sodas, and
that sounds.
I've got this wild plan to make syrup out of it. Feel like
cook it down.
Yeah, like cook it down. It could be delicious.
Could be.
I don't know. I need to go on Reddit or something, see if there's maybe a whole sub community that already does this.
I mean, making a compote's super easy.
Or like,
berries,
can't we even cook with it, like steaks and stuff?
Yeah, I wonder if it's if the carbonate. I know, a lot of people will use like Coke or whatever for like tenderizing and things like that. But I wonder if that's due to the carbonation, or is that due to the other chemicals within the like the acidic nature or the sugary nature?
Yeah, acetic acid.
Acids.
Right. Yeah. I don't know if it's a combination of all those things or but I'll make some cream soda steak for you guys and I'll ship it to you.
Good, you can keep it. Now, if you make some like baked beans with like some Dr. Pepper base and like maybe some barbecue sauce, I could see
But does it need to be fizzy Dr. Pepper, or can it be flat Dr. Pepper, is the question.
Nah, that's why I said baked beans. It's just like sugar and, you got plenty of sugar base there for that. And Dr. Pepper's got a lot of flavor working for it.
I say let's
23
do it.
of them, right?
Yes. Used to be 24, but now you can't put cocaine in soda, so.
Well, that was before the Patriots. Yeah, a whole bit. Just like the genome, there used to be like 100,000 genes, and now it's only 40,000. I did my homework.
Yeah. It's what they want you to know, Emmerich.
D said he was on his way. I didn't see the message. Cool.
I think he's wrangling the little one.
Wrangling.
I took like a screen cap,
I see it.
Probably about like 2 months ago when we were originally supposed to record this episode. When you're talking to Ames, something along the line of what you were talking about, the genome stuff. I think it was like, do you believe anything the government tells you or something like that? I'm like, that's pretty poignant.
Yeah.
I guess Elon Musk has been walking around with this child on his shoulders, so that he's not like next on the list. It's been a meme going around the shit posting group from the past
Is that the most heel turn in history? Like Elon Musk? I feel like there was a groundswell of like, man, that guy, he's doing things. He's like an all right guy, And then
he's always just been stroking his own ego.
Oh, he's the worst human.
Oh.
He's the worst person on the planet.
Yeah.
He just took the veil off for the people who are on the fence.
Yeah. I don't know.
There's no good billionaires.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah.
Selena Gomez, your girl Tomas. Bet she's a fucking horrible person. She is a billionaire, by the way. You guys believe that shit?
What'd she make her money on?
I guess that TV show.
Well, yeah, there's like 5 only murders, so yeah, I guess that's what it's got to be.
How many
No,
times can you
makeup.
kill somebody?
Make up
in
a
park?
fucking make.
That's how they all
Get
do
a
it.
fucking makeup brand
Oh,
going.
she got a makeup
and
brand.
you'll be fucking raking
that's
it
how-
in.
That's
That's
how,
how
the youngest
Rihanna did it.
Kardashian.
Jessica
Yeah.
Simpson did very well doing that.
Jeez.
I mean, that's how the Kardashians do it too.
Right.
Machine makeup is this? Are we doing this?
Machine of makeup.
Yeah, machine of makeup.
Oh.
Holy fuck!
We'll just sell at Hot Topics.
I don't
Yeah,
have any
that's not
Rihanna
gonna work.
or Selena Gomez makeup. Sorry.
Someone does.
Yeah, we'll sell at
There you go.
GameStop, Radio Shack. What else?
Yeah.
Two of them.
Kmart's.
I got that old
Kmart.
lady makeup. I can't lie. I get Clinique.
We'll be at your local Big Lots.
Bare Minerals.
I do wonder if, like, at the end of like the death of a retail place, will they just throw anything at the wall? Is it like much easier to get in? Like the last 5 years of Kmart, was it like could you just pitch them like fucking anything and like I don't know, man, sure, why not? Let's see if this is the thing. I wonder if that.
I think what could have saved Sears is if a mad lad just came through and he was like, "Guys, I got it. We'll sell houses again." in
Right.
Sears catalog.
Right.
After watching that Martha Stewart documentary, I think her going to jail meant a lot more to the fall of Kmart than,
Damn.
than people realize.
Wow.
Dang.
Oh, how the mighty have fallen.
Wow.
My mom still rides for Kmart. She's,
Hell yeah.
uh,
Ride or die.
Oh,
What
yeah.
up?
oh yeah.
Once they got
It
rid of
is
video games.
pretty. They're pretty much lined up. That timeline. It is interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was like the face of Kmart for
Yeah.
Mhm.
a while there.
That's amazing. How
In an
empires
alternate
crumble.
timeline, Snoop Dogg could have like really revitalized Kmart, you know?
Could have.
Little Caesars at least could have.
J-Mart, baby.
J-Mart.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right. Well, I'm glad I've been recording this whole time,
Okay,
so this is
thank you.
good. This is good. We got some good
Get
B-roll.
some good B-roll.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I had to make 100%
how-
sure that the recording was actually happening. So
That's all our fatal flaw.
Yeah. so that's good. Man, if DJ
So you guys ever do DMT?
No, Joe Rogan, leave me alone.
I'd be interested if it didn't seem like only douchebags did it, you know? Like,
I guess.
Douchebag drug.
I have been getting interesting ads lately. I always get interesting ads.
Boy, howdy. Yeah.
But I've been getting a little bit more targeted to some of my likes, I suppose. Various like drinks and powders and stuff that are enhancers for other drugs. So I got an ad for like a MDMA recovery drink, like specifically for Molly. Like it's like, hey, you coming back from a rave? Like this is clinically proven to save you or whatever. And then another
I
thing.
think it's more it's age stuff because they know what era we grew up in. They're like, we know you can't be out raving all day and go to work the next day, Eric. You're in your late 30s. So you need to drink this to be at the top of your game. See, my weirdest ones is I've been getting these. Well, I've always like I get Hims ads like on like everything just because of my age. But like they make these weird AI ones now with like it'll be like an AI lady and their hands are always like doing this.
Ugh.
Like the AI doesn't know what to do with their hands, and they're like, these two ingredients got my man so hard. My legs were quivering for hours. Like shit like that. And I'm like,
if they
Solid
can
as
get
the
Colonel
grades.
Campbell to do that,
it's
I'm buying
happening.
it. Like
It's happening.
if they really knew who I was.
They're like, shut off the PlayStation 5 and buy these Hims products.
Oh, I love it.
Eric gets a lot of clean hairless.
Oh
ads.
yes, yeah, a lot of
hairless ads.
hairless ads. They want my
Probably see 'em
vagina
wearing
to
that
be
hat.
very clean.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Mhm.
Like laser treatment stuff.
Yeah, like
Or
personal
waxing.
in-home laser treatment stuff. I get a
Like
lot of those
the products
ads.
you can buy at
Mhm.
home.
Oh yeah.
Scorched earth.
oh, this was wrong. All right.
Mhm. I get
You don't get weird ads, Mike? You seem like you don't get ads for this stuff. It's because you shop. You buy stuff. So you get ads of stuff you like. Right?
Maybe.
Yeah,
see,
see,
that's what I tell
I
Eric
don't
all the time.
purchase
I'm like,
anything,
nah,
so
I don't
it's-
see that stuff.
the AI is just
I
so
do
confused.
see Alta ads of Clinique stuff that I do want to buy.
Yeah, I think all of mine are like gauged around like my age range, which is like the
They don't
Hinge
know
ad.
if Eric's a man or a woman.
Yep.
Oh
And
yeah.
then I'll get some pretty ratchet shit just because I live in like Florida.
Mm.
So like my YouTube ads will be like date hot grandmas in the Stewart area, and I'm like, what? I'm like,
Yes.
And I think my brain just skips that. Like I don't even like pay attention
Oh.
to a lot of that, you know?
It's kind of. I do the opposite. I scroll through social media and just
to see the ads.
pretty much. Yeah.
I'm interested.
Yeah.
Sometimes he can't figure out what they are, and
No.
he's like, "What is this?"
I ask on the daily, like, I
Oh.
literally do not know what this product is. Could you tell? Is this a sex thing? Is this a
I
hygiene
mean, that's
thing?
all that Twitter is now, is just ads
Just
for
that.
weird
Weird stuff.
product.
Yeah.
What are you talking
Yeah.
about, bro? It's a haven for free speech. Okay.
A while ago, Eric used to get like, all right, some bulletproof vest.
Yeah, I got a lot of.
you know, stuff like
I thought I was like
that.
a
My
right
ads.
leaning person, I think. Like a heavy.
But you haven't gotten
Is
those
that
in a
what moderate
while.
has become?
Pistol silencers, plane tickets to Manhattan.
Yeah, yeah. No, I don't even, like. See, that's the thing. If it was weird stuff that was even like slightly aligned with my like, like politics or something, I would get
An
it.
engraver? Oh gosh. You did those bullets, didn't you? Oh god.
Seems here that he likes the Cubs, so he's already suicidal.
Yeah, I rarely get anything baseball related. Those are like the only actual websites I go to. I like have, MLB Trade Rumors and Bleacher Nation are like my only favorites in my phone, and I get no ads related to baseball whatsoever. But bulletproof vests and shaved vaginas and or lasered vaginas. And,
Lasered.
yeah.
Gotta get it right.
Laser.
And
Laser.
something from Temu that I can't quite understand, whether it's like a back brace or a sex thing or potentially for a
Sex
pet.
thing. A sex thing for potentially a pet is all I caught.
Yeah.
While trying to see what these messages were.
Oh, what are these messages? Is he telling us to
No,
start
it's
without
just
him?
I saw them pop up, but I didn't like read them.
Ah.
We might have to get rolling here.
Yeah. Time's a waste.
Just-
I'll
Just
fix.
slide them in.
Is your skit the beginning?
Well, it's after the intro, so let's go. All right. A 3. Mike is frozen on my end. Is he frozen on
Yeah,
you guys?
my mic is swirling cubes on
Oh,
my.
see, on me, he's just his face.
He
But
hears
it's a
us.
great-
I can
Yeah, I hear him. He hears us, I think.
I can hear him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear him fine.
He's fine.
Oh, now he's.
Oh, there
Am I
he is.
back?
Yeah,
He's back.
Damn, I like the
Cool.
the face. Okay, let's do
Bring
it.
back Quan Chi.
3, a 2, a 1.